what if every single time you studied, you made cards on every single possible thing that you might get wrong? It's like, how different do you think that test would go?
I'm Christian Knowledgeable. I'm a current second year medical student at William Carey University College, Boston, medicine here, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So why this matters to me, honestly, passing will give me a peace of mind. I really want to do ortho. Doing this is just another step toward that. Our school makes us take a area exam, and if you don't pass it, you can't sit for the real thing. I just need to know what I need for it. So that's my main concern.
What do you think is the biggest thing holding you back?
I'm not entirely sure because since I've been doing this program, my UWorld scores have went up tremendously. And my reasoning skills have gotten better. But I mean, it's not really translating to COMLEX because the questions that are on COMLEX are just so jaded that I can't really reason through it the same way I do with the UWorld stuff.
Let's see how many cards are you making per day. Okay, so this is probably where we've got some opportunities. Okay, so because the question that you're asking is, how do you increase your score as much as you possibly can?
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
In a short period of time.
Right.
Great. That's what we're good at. So scroll down. I'll tell you how to do it. And the short answer is it's going to be a lot more cards.
Okay.
You have to make a lot more cards and do a lot more cards. Okay, so scroll down. So the reason why I say that is like, look at this. Okay, so let's look at your blocks. Okay, so renal. So it took you how many blocks to get through renal? Right?
8.
It's taken a lot.
Right.
I count at least 10 on this page alone.
Right.
Right? So you're burning through a ton of renal questions and you still can't get 80% on 20 consecutive questions. And so in an ideal world, it would take you maybe like 5 blocks to get there. I mean, ideally it's like 3. But this is like at least triple that. And you're still not there. So there's something about the way that you're learning. It's enough because you are eventually getting there. But it's not, it's like if we want to improve your score faster and we want to give you that buffer so that you don't have to pay for Wolfpack, you don't have to go down to Florida and like, rent a place, right? Like potentially have to repeat a year, which like heaven forbid, right? But we need to get a lot more points per unit of time of studying. And so right now, what I'm seeing right now is evidence that you're not getting a lot of points per unit of time of studying.
Okay.
So the question is this. I mean, ultimately, what is it going to take for you to get 80% on a subtopic within like 3 or 4 blocks? What are you going to have to do differently?
I guess I'm make more cards, I guess.
When you're going through first aid, how much of the first aid chapter are you actually covering and making cards on per day?
So I stick with the subtopic. I read everything on that page before, page after, and I just make cards on that. And then a lot of my cards.
And you're making cards in every single sentence?
No, not every single sentence.
Okay, so this says, if we look at that, this says on average you made about 19 cards per day for the last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, so, and in the last 7 days, this looks like, probably about 19, maybe a little bit less because there's 3 days that you didn't make cards. So, I don't know, maybe 15-ish. Maybe not even 15, but we'll be generous and say 15. Okay, so you're telling me that there's only 15 cards worth of material in the page before and the page after of a given subtopic?
No, but a lot of it is images, at least in the renal sections.
Oh, interesting. Are you making cards on the images?
No.
Or maybe a better question, do you think that there are images on your test?
Definitely.
Yeah. And do you struggle on some of those images?
I do.
Okay, great. So would it make sense then to like make cards on some of the images then?
It would.
Do you think that it might come up that you might get questions that like it's going to be important for you to read like labs?
Almost definitely.
Yeah, like so for example, urine sodium or urine osmolarity. Like how many cards do you have that test you on urine sodium and urine osmolarity? Like actually like giving you examples of urine sodium was 70 and the urine osmolarity was 290. Like how many cards did you make that force you to actually analyze those? If you're a medical student or a doctor preparing for either the USMLEs or COMLEX or one of your medical board exams, then be sure to sign up for our free 14-step program where we'll walk you through the most efficient ways for you to improve your score in a short period of time. And if you're interested in getting there faster, be sure to book a free call with our team where we'll break down what it is that's holding you back and, if it makes sense, explain how it is that we can help you to get there more efficiently. Ultimately, I think the issue that you have here is what we call a shopping list issue. Right? It's that you're making cards on some of the things, but not all of the potential reasons or skills or portions of that you would need to in order to get a high score. Oh, actually, you're gonna love this. Let me show you. So, obviously, you know Shohei Ohtani.
Mhm.
Right? Have you ever seen his goals list from high school?
I have not.
It is the coolest thing. He said in high school he wanted to be the first overall draft pick. So for you, this would be like, I want to get a 70 or I want to do orthopedic surgery. We can even say that. Okay, great. And so he didn't just stop there though. He broke down his goal into 8 different categories. So he's like, okay, so I got to work on my body. I got to work on my control, right? Because he's a pitcher, right? Pitcher and, hitter. I got to work on my sharpness. I got to work on my speed, right? The speed of my pitches. I also have to work on my pitch variance. I got to work on my karma. Karma, right? Crazy, right? He's actually talking about karma, personality, and mental toughness. So, point being is it's the same thing with any skill, anything that you're trying to learn, right? So when you've got a question that you're trying to get, right? So like, let's make this about the USMLEs, right? There's knowledge. There's also like imaging. There's also labs. There's also interpretation. There's also, right? And then with interpretation, right, it would be like, can you come up with a good DDX, right? Are you rearranging things chronologically? Do you understand the severity? Are you making a good standalone question? Do you differentiate between signal and noise, right? Like there's just so many elements that you would need. Does that make sense? And so when you make your cards, you want to think about it in the same way. Because right now, you're making some cards on some things. And it sounds like it kind of skews more towards the knowledge stuff, but maybe not so much towards like image recognition. Maybe not so much towards lab recognition. Maybe not so much towards like putting things together.
I would agree. Like my whole thing, like just trying to follow, making like the pathophysiology cards, like trying to understand the big concept of it all. But like, I mean, I didn't really do too much as far as like work memorization stuff. I was actually trying to figure out if I needed to do that or not.
Makes total sense. Again, it's like it's because no one trains us to do this, right? You'll make a lot more progress if you can be like Shohei Ohtani. If you can identify all of the specific things that you would need to do in order to get the questions correct.
Okay.
Right? Because essentially what he's done is he said, what are all the things that I would need to do that would make it unreasonable for me to succeed? Like if I had all of those 8 categories, and in each of those categories I did all the 8 subcategories, would it be unreasonable for him to not succeed? And that's what you want, right? Is like, okay, so there's 3 pages of first aid. You should be making at least 50 or 60 cards per day. If you were to really cover all of that information and know it all really well, and like actually understand it, you need to make cards on all of it, not just some of it. Right? Not just the word stuff, but also the images, also the labs, also the, right? And just ask yourself, what are all the things that I would need to do in order to get this correct? Make it unreasonable for me to miss it.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Underneath your chest.
I mean, you pretty much just hit the nail on the head. I mean, just got to be a little bit more in depth.
I mean, it looks like you have improved a lot in the
Right.
4 weeks. And I mean, if you're asking like, is there more to learn? I mean, there's always more to learn.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's certainly, if you were to continue, I know exactly what it is that we would work on. Right? You have to get better at making a more complete shopping list. Right? So like you want to be the Shohei Ohtani of COMLEX and USMLEs.
Well, I appreciate
All right,
it.
Christian. Yeah, absolutely. It's really good to see you.
Okay.
All right. Keep us posted.
If you're putting in the hours but your knowledge isn't accumulating, it's not about studying more. It's about building a system where nothing you learn gets forgotten. In this video, I break down the exact framework to make that happen and get you on track for a 260 plus in step 2. Click here to watch it next.